Oh, hello art friends, I'm Robin. I've been to the wetlands near my house and I've found a couple of little mini beasts here. And I've been researching them in my book and identifying the species. Now for our art activity, we're going to be making our own little mini beasts, and in particular a beetle. Our beetles are going to be made up in 5 modules, and I'm going to lead you through those modules. Any stage you want to stop, press pause and work on your own, or you can join along with me. Okay, ready to start? Good. Let's look at what we're going to need for our 5 modules. These are all the materials that we'll need. We've got our food dye, we've got water and our watercolour brush, our 2 fine liners, our thick and our thin fine liner. We've got a grey lead and an eraser, our scissors, glue stick. We've got the black and the brown cover paper, some paper towel to wipe my brush, our little tray. We've got some sticky tape that we might need later on. Okay, let's get started. Here are some of the beetles that I've made that we're going to create together. So you'll see that they're 3D, they've got amazing colours, lovely designs and beautiful paper cutouts. So that's what we're working towards. So I'll pop them over there. So I've been researching my beetles. I've been online and I've got some great samples of beetles that I've printed off, and I've been drawing and I've looked at them. Every beetle I've done is unique. It's got different parts, different head, different bodies, different thoraxes. Let's have a look. I've used a fine liner in this one, and I've used some grey lead for this one. So let's make some beetles together. So we're going to need your fine liner, and you're going to need part of your A2 page. Now what I want you to do is to have a close look at the beetles, and first of all let's look at the heads and see the different sorts of heads that your beetles have got. I want you to draw, say, 3 different heads, and we're going to put them on this sheet here. So I really like this head here, so I'm going to draw that one. Now just do your best, don't worry about if it's not exactly symmetrical, and because it's your own unique beetle, it doesn't have to be exactly the same. I like this one's got great big pincers, so I'm going to do some big pincers on this one. So this is your own creative beetle. So I've got one head and pincers. Now I like this round one down here, so I'm going to do the round head. It's got some stripes on there, which are pretty groovy, and some little tiny feelers there. So I've got a pincer one, a nice round one, and I like this one here too. I'm going to do that one. Almost looks like an ant's head. So what I want you to do is to start to build up a whole series of heads, and when you're ready you can start creating your own beetles' heads. There we go. So I've got 3 beetles' heads there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the next part, and that's that thorax. That's like the chest part of the beetle. And every one of them is different. On my sheets that I've got on the internet, I'm looking at different thick ones and thin ones. It's up to you to be as creative as you like. So let's have a look. This is a very big fat one, so I'm really liking that one. I'm using my fine liner. You might want to use pencil, or you might like to use your thick fine liner. It's up to you. So I'm just going to create some different, the chest or the thorax of our beetles. This is a very small pokey one. As I said, these are just your own design. Do not worry about it not looking like a beetle. It's just going to be fine. I'm just going to continue to draw. And maybe this long little thin one, I'll put that in there as well. So now we've got 3 heads, I've got 4 chest or thoraxes, and now the main part of the beetle. That's going to be the part we're going to put lots of colour in. So let's have a look on our sheet. I'm going to look at this one here. It's got a big remember, that's the part where the beetles have their wings too, so you might find quite wing-like shapes. going to go through there. And this is also where you're going to find all the design. And when we're working on our colour, that's where the colour's going to go. So let's just put a couple of patterns in this one. And there's a nice round one here. And that's got some sort of big... I'm not worried too much about doing the patterns on these. We can follow that up later. I'm more worried about the shape. And there's a big, it's almost a squarish one here. I like that one too. Now if you go onto the internet, you'll find lots of beetle pictures to start, or if you're lucky enough to go venturing like I did, you'll be able to find your own beetles out in the wood heap or out in the bush. Okay, so now I've got some heads, I've got some thoraxes, and I've got some bodies. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to join those together to create my own unique beetle, and then put the legs and the feelers on. So let's have a look. On my new sheet of paper, I'm going to use these. I'm going to choose, I think I like this one. I'm going to choose this one. So I'm going to create my own beetle using parts of each one of that. So first of all, my beetle will have a little tiny, funny little feelers there, and I like that shape. So that's going to be the head of my beetle. Now the next part, I'm going to choose maybe this design. I really like that fatter one, so I'm going to create my fatter design here. So it's got some little tiny wing bits, little bit of wing bits. Do not worry about it not being the same on both sides. When we go to create our beetle, we'll be able to work that out. That's got a bit down the middle. Okay, and that's the thorax. Now the base, I think I might like this one here. So it comes out, goes down, and to a very pointy bit at the end. And there it goes. And it comes down like that, down, okay. And there I have my own unique beetle before we put the legs on. So the head, we've got the body, the thorax, and of course the bottom or the abdomen there with a few. So this is my own unique beetle. Now I'm going to look at some legs. Now we know beetles have 6 legs, so on my little chart here, I'm going to choose some legs here. And I do like the ones here that have got the thick and thin parts. I'm going to start doing that. It's a bit thick there, and then out a bit, in there, and then way out like that. I'm going to do sort of the same on each side. There we go. And then out like that. The next ones are almost in the same spot. We have 2 coming out of the abdomen. The same on that side. There we go. And we've got some coming out of the thorax here. So I'm going to choose, wow, these are pretty good. I'm going to choose those. I want something interesting for my beetle, and these have big spiky bits coming out. So they look really cool. And spiky bits coming out. So there is my giant beetle, using all of the parts of this beetle page and from my design sheet. Now you can continue working on that and using your fine liner to create pattern and line and just work on this design for a while. And I've been working on mine in my journal, here in my art journal, and as you can see, I've been using my fine liner to create this one here with a round body, or this one's got quite a long one, and this one here is in a light pencil with lots and lots of dots. So what I want you to do now is, I want you to create your own beetle. I want you to use your chart to draw up different heads, different thoraxes, different bodies, and then I want you to put them all together to create your own beetle. Now I'm going to spend a few minutes now just putting some detail and some line onto this, and you can work along with me, or you can work by yourself and press pause and join me later. Excellent. I'm really happy with my beetle, and I'm hoping you've got a whole series of beetles that you're going to be drawing. We're going to use that for our next module, okay? I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you soon.